Welcome to Rooted and Real, 21 minutes of Where Are They Now? A soulful check in with past Be Your Soul guests. It's raw, heart led, and unscripted. Just 21 minutes to reflect on what's changed, what's deepened, and what's still true. Welcome to Rooted and Real, 21 minutes revisiting past guests. And our guest today is Lil Bird.
Hi.
And we're going to do 21 minutes of conversation to see where they are now since their last interview. So, last time we talked about creativity and emotion and how people often express themselves through their creativity. What have you learned since the last time we talked?
Um, so so you see, one thing I've learned is that yeah, I haven't really learned nothing.
You didn't learn
I'm
anything?
sorry.
You don't think you learned anything?
No.
Have you created more art since the
Yes,
last time we talked?
definitely.
Have you put your emotions into that art?
Um, mm, I don't know.
You don't
Listen,
know?
I just paint whatever's on my mind.
Yeah.
That's not. I just do it whenever I want to. The only time I do painting is whenever I'm mad. It's like it has to be a small canvas. Apparently so.
Mm-hmm. So how do you put it out there? Like, how do you get your mad, like you were saying, into the small canvas? Like, what's the process there?
I just mm, I like choose the colors that like I'm feeling or
Mm-hmm.
like that I like that it like expresses my feelings, and I just start finger painting.
Nice. Finger painting's nice.
I love finger painting.
And you do brush painting and you
Yes.
do sculpting
Yeah. Yeah.
and you do, oh, you make those little dolls that are
Oh,
super, super cool
yes.
that I love those. Are those made with emotion?
Uh, I used to.
Yeah.
Probably the first one I made was Despair.
Mm-hmm.
Second one was probably like fun. I know one of them was like colorful and like that was fun. And then I forgot the other one. I made a Siamese cat that did not mean anything. So
It didn't mean anything.
I just wanted it to be a Siamese cat.
That was frivolous art.
Yes.
Sometimes art for art's sake is really good. I know for me, I'm all, when especially when I'm sequencing, then I tune in a way that allows not only just my energy to flow and whatever ancestor I'm working, but I also try and process things through what I'm doing. So, like if I am feeling frustrated about something, or if I'm feeling really joyful or grateful, then as I'm stitching, then that energy goes into the art. Does that happen in the same for you, or how does your process look?
Um, it kind of. I mean, definitely. I put if I'm doing like spirit or something, I try to envision and like feel them. But most of the time, it's just like I want to be me.
Yeah, but you have a lot of emotions. So
Yeah.
being you means there's a lot of emotions connected to things. That's why I think
Yeah.
you're a really good person to talk to about this particular subject. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then music also is an expression of art that you use. And I think music definitely can bring in some emotions. And to me, sometimes I feel like when you hear really good music that brings up some sort of emotion or makes you feel a certain way, or sometimes I know you've said like, oh, this song reminds me of this time in my life. Like I think music can really do that. You want to talk about that a little?
Uh-huh. Um, a lot of songs. I know there's one I'm listening to called Join Me in Death. And it reminds me of like all the good friend groups I had before disasters.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
So it reminds you of the old times of good friend groups.
Yep.
That's nice. That's good. I know sometimes when I hear a song, it reminds me of like a season or it makes me feel
Oh
like a
yeah, that
certain
too.
way.
And definitely maybe on a cross by Ghost. It reminds me of like the fall or autumn.
Mm-hmm. And then sometimes music for me, sometimes I think music is like emotional vibration because you can feel what the artist is feeling and you can feel what it makes you feel and it kind of like meets those two things together. Who's your favorite artist when it comes to making you feel good emotions?
Ghost.
Ghost, you love Ghost?
Yes.
That's a good band. We watched that movie. That was fun.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back to the concert chat. That was
Yeah.
so fun.
So now as a 13-year-old,
Oh wow.
what have you learned about emotions since you were maybe like 5 or like 8 or like 10?
Um, that what you like feel isn't like always true.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge one.
What do you mean by that?
Like if you feel like you should like if you like feel like you should do this, but like you shouldn't, then like it's that's what it kind of is. But
Mm-hmm.
just emotions.
Yeah. I
Yep.
try and tell my clients sometimes, like, you know, you're always going to have that first thought or that first feeling. But what you do with the second one that connects to it is really important. So if you, like, say your mind is trying to bring anxiety or fear to you, like that first thought is just going to be a natural thing. But then you get a choice in what you do with the second or the third or along those lines. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you nervous right now? Is that an emotion that's coming up? Is that why you're so quiet?
Oh no, I'm just tired. I
Tired?
just came back from the interest meeting. I had to introduce myself.
Oh, you introduced yourself in court? Is it
Yes, chorus and well, like it's like a music theater, so it's like people who aren't in chorus or like in other classes can sign up.
nice?
My friends are in there.
That's good. I bet it made you nervous to introduce yourself and
Yeah.
excited that your friends were in there. Mhm.
Oh,
That's okay. We'll pick it up in a second. Um, so, what else would you like people to know about art and emotion?
um, it's like it's just like art isn't like just like painting and stuff. It's just really an expression and a subject that has different forms of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like like what I said, painting, that's a huge form, but there's so much expression in it that sometimes you can't even tell what it is because it's just either it's just like splattered paint or stuff like that, but it's really something more greater than
Mm-hmm.
what it's like what you see. So
It's true. And sometimes that's the best way or the most expressive way is when you use your fingers like you were saying or splatter it out or like make different connections in that way with like your physical body connecting to that aspect of the physical paint and allowing the emotions to come through in that way. I know you use especially painting but also just like creation energy as a way to help you like regulate some of your emotions. Because if you're getting like really overstimulated or you're getting really frustrated or have a certain feeling, then I always notice you go in the art room and then when you come out you seem a little more regulated. What advice would you give to people now that you've worked with this subject a little bit more that you think that people should know either about art and emotions or about anything else that you think it's important for people to pay attention to?
um it's I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh sucks. Uh advice?
Advice. What advice do you think that people should know about art and emotion or in general?
that it actually like calms you down, even though like you might be frustrated on how like something's looking or something like I'm a perfectionist and I just want my art to be perfect. And sometimes I have to accept that it's not because your style changes over months, sometimes even days. My style has changed over days. That's
Mm-hmm.
concerning. Um, or isn't. But
No, I think it's beautiful.
yeah, but it's like even though like you may not like maybe your art studio is like miles away from your house, like that's fine. You have like no source of art. It's what am I talking about? What else I want to say? Why am I forgetting things? That's not
Because I
nice.
think you're a little nervous.
I'm not nervous. I've done this before, but like
I
I,
know.
I've,
You're a good speaker.
but it's like you have like nowhere else to go. I would try to find probably like a pencil and paper, and then you can just draw on there. That's what I do in class because my art studio is at the place I'm recording right now, and I'm whenever family's over and like it's too much people, I always go into the art room or I just go into my room.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, art definitely calms you down no matter what.
It's true. And I think it's good to know yourself and to be able to tune in a way that says, like, oh, I might need like a little minute to be calming down, or I might need a little time to express myself or to tune into, what my needs are. And then having a space, even if it's not a whole art room like we have, more tune into like, oh, I do have this pencil and paper. I can tune into this. I'm just going to doodle for a few minutes and get out of my head and into my heart and tune into what's in front of me and allow that to come forward in a way where I'm not judging myself or others. I'm just letting expression flow in a beautiful way. And I think it can be really, really healing. I think it can be really, really positive when you just allow yourself to be free like that without judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe a good thing to kind of tune into, and then we can close this out, is when you listen to music or you look at someone else's art, how do you allow your emotions to process in that way?
Um,
Like when you heard Jid's new album, like how did you feel? Like did
I
it,
felt excited
you felt excited? And were there songs on there that made you tune in like to certain emotions inside yourself or to certain spaces?
for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
How?
I know songs that are like very like energetic and like jumpy and stuff like that. That's definitely mine because I love to jump
Yeah.
a
And,
lot.
and so they get you excited, they evoke some excited energy in you. So by hearing that style of music, you get really going. Is there music that calms you down you like to listen to when you want to go to sleep or be calm?
Ghost.
Yeah,
I
that
love
calms you
Ghost.
down. Nice.
I listen to like Conclave. I don't listen to like the crazy songs like Conclave con Dio. I probably just listen to like probably like some of the calmer ones and
Yeah.
yeah.
I know sometimes, like when I'm cooking, a certain music makes me feel inspired, or if I'm painting, then certain music makes me feel inspired depending on what I'm painting. So I know, when I look at like, oh, I was picking up some art yesterday and went to the show, and they were putting up the show that opens tomorrow, and there was this Bob Marley painting there that like like I just was so good. It just made me feel like that take my breath away sort of feeling. Have you ever seen a piece of art like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure. I would say definitely Sally's paintings. Those are fire.
Fire, you like that?
Yes, a
Yeah.
lot.
They make you feel a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love when that happens because it's such a beautiful feeling. And it's also like, that there's like a deeper energy to the artwork. Not that I'm sure all artwork has a deeper energy to it, but like certain ones just speak to your soul or speak to who you are. And it's just really intense and amazing. So, is there anything else that you want to say about art and emotion, or anything else you want to say in general that you think the listeners should hear?
Definitely paint if you like you're feeling something because it can like it may just seem like a small painting, but it's just way more in your eyes or probably in others because you know some of them are artists, some of them aren't, but they can tell what the emotion is. Definitely.
And I think it's just important to get it out. Like,
Yeah.
even if nobody ever sees it ever again.
Like any type of art, music art, theater art, that can definitely help a lot, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
What do you think your life would be like if you had never been expressed to processing your emotions through art? Do you?
I don't even know, twin. I'll probably just be miserable, very miserable at
Yeah,
that.
it's an important part of your life to be able to express yourself and express your emotions in that way.
Yep.
It helped you with a lot of different transitions in life for sure. I know that. That's why I think you're the perfect person to talk to about this, because
Yippee!
you really know how to do it. You might not know how to talk about it very well, but I've watched it and seen how you allow yourself to let your emotions come out in that healthy way. Anything else you want to say?
Not really.
Okay, all right. Well, we thank you all for coming to this Rooted and Real 21 minutes of connecting to Sweet Bird and where they are in their journey with this emotion and art process transition. And we look forward to seeing where you end up with this bird and seeing more of your artwork. I know every day I'm always sneaking in there to peek at what you're working on.
Hooray!
Hooray! And we hope that you are all well and in good spirits, and that you feel whole, and that you are blessed, and that you always be your soul.
What she said.